Service dog with you.
Yes, I do, Sean. Thank you very much. You're a great American, and I hope you know that all the veterans love you. Absolutely love you.
Listen, I love you guys, and I love what you do. I noticed that you're training a service dog. You know that woman back there, Lauren, is trying to train one, but the dog's not very bright, and the dog treat is she's not going to make it. But I'm offering to make this a Hannity show dog, and then we'll move on to the next one and see if that dog can do a little bit better.
See if that dog's a little smarter than this one, or?
Well, the thing is, the last dog she trained was a lot, just docile. I mean, perfect to be, right, a service dog.
Yeah.
All right, this dog has a lot of spirit, let's put it that way. And every time Daddy, that's me, walks into the control room, well, the treat just jumps all over me for no reason at all. And
Are you serious right now?
what are you talking about? Am I serious?
Kathleen and Ron, you seem like good people. I'm sure you can see through this veil here of total crap.
Okay, it's not a veil of total crap, because every time I walk in, you weren't even here yesterday.
What's that got to do with anything? I'm here every other day.
I don't say jump anymore, and the dog dies all over me.
Don't say jump anymore. Operative words anymore. You're a lawyer, Ron. I think he loses. What do you think?
He's trying to keep the dog. It's pretty obvious. I think he's trying to hang on to it.
Listen, there is some truth to that. I do love Treat. I love the dog. And I know Sunshine, your best friend in there, is going to be crying the day that dog is sent to service doggy school.
You're going to cry.
I don't cry. It's impossible. You
no
can't
crying
make me cry.
Politics.
That's correct. All right, well, anyway, we're having all this fun, and here's poor Christian Saucier's mother, Kathleen, who we love dearly. You know, Donald Trump made those remarks the day after he saw you on my show, and I'm glad he did see that, and he even asked me about it, and he wanted more information, and I told him, and I don't even know what to say. It's such a sad story. You hear your son is a proud, petty officer, first class, in the Navy, serving his country, proud of where he's working. He's working on a submarine, which, by the way, is a pretty gutsy thing to do. You wouldn't catch me dead in one of those things. There's no room to live. I'm like, get away. I need room. I need my own room. And serving his country, now he's in jail. How's he doing?
Well, I think I mentioned it when I was on the show, and we had just started out, so we're taking one day at a time. I'll let Ron talk in a minute because he had an opportunity to meet Chris for the first time last week. He went and visited him there in prison. This is something, as you said, my son did when he was 22 years old at 9 years, in 2009, so quite a while ago. 7 years ago. So he's paying a price for something he did at 22 years old. And so how is he every day? I don't even know if I can get in his head. We just say one day at a time. Let's just get through today, Chris. And I say that to his wife too.
And he won't. He's the type of guy, I'm assuming, being a military guy, is not going to complain to his mom that things aren't as ideal as they should be. Although it's got to hurt. I saw the video. We played the video on my TV show of you guys dropping him off at jail. That was a moment I did want to cry. I felt so bad for all of you.
Yeah. So I think the hardest thing for me is seeing this young man who was so proud to wear a uniform, wearing a different type of uniform, and he doesn't walk with pride anymore. And it's hard. It's hard to keep him hopeful, but I just keep saying, Chris, we're going to get through it one day at a time. And I can tell you, like Ron said, the veterans love you, the public loves you, they hear your show, and the guys in there have actually said to him, hey, I heard your, mom on TV, or I heard Sean Hannity talk about your mom again. And so I think that gives him hope, but he's so afraid to have too much hope. But he does tell me, like you said, he doesn't complain. He says, well, my bunk's a little bigger than it was on the sub, and, food's a little better. I have more space. He'll say things like that. And one of the things I had mentioned too, one of your producers here that has that dog that we'll not talk about,
right,
is that my son is having an opportunity to train a puppy to prepare to be a service dog for PTSD.
He was just getting it the last time I saw you. Did he get the dog since then?
He did, and the dog's name is Harper.
Harper? And what kind of dog is it?
It's a black lab.
Oh, awesome. I have a lab now. I have a golden.
Yep.
And I got to tell you, it's a golden lab retriever kind of mix. And I love the dog. And does that help him? Did he tell you that makes him feel a lot better as a companion?
Well, it gives us stuff to laugh about when we go, my daughter-in-law, my son's wife, because Chris was never a poopy-scoopy sort of dog. So part of his responsibilities as the assistant trainer is to be a pooper-scooper. So we kind of laugh about that. And so, yes, I think it gives us something to laugh about. It gives us something to say, hey, how's Harper? Instead of saying, so how is it going in there? He can talk about the dog. dog. So I think that that's been a blessing. So it's going to bless a service member at some point with PTSD, but it's also blessing Chris right now.
I hope he trains the dog better than Lawrence trained the current dog that we have here on the Sean Hannity Show. Ron, I can't thank you enough for what you're doing to help this wonderful family out. And I know you came out of retirement to do this. You're also involved in the training of service dogs. So that's the one thing we all here have in common. I mean, I've adopted little Treaty in there, and I love that dog. And so where does this stand? I mean, getting a pardon from Obama, you know, if your name is not Clinton, I'm thinking your odds aren't very good.
God, that's too bad. You dashed my hopes.
Police reported ahead.
Give us a pardon on this.
Yeah, I don't think you really believe that, but
No, I don't. There's no chance of getting a pardon for President Obama. We know that.
you want to wait till President Trump is in office.
We're going to have to wait till President Trump is in office and make some contacts. And he's mentioned it because of you. He's mentioned it on the campaign trail.
Yeah, he asked me about you.
See, and that makes a big difference.
Yeah.
You've made a big difference already in raising elevating the notoriety of this case so that everybody knows it. The only problem we're having is we're having a real backlash, or not a backlash, but we're trying to break into the mainstream media. So good luck with that. I knew you'd say that.
I mean, fake news that colludes with Hillary Clinton. Now, those news people?
We'd really like to get on the mainstream media as well, but
I have a bigger audience, so I think you're better off here.
Oh, no question about that, Sean. We're much better off here.
But I'm very happy that Mr. Trump is aware of your case.
Yes.
And I can assure you of one thing. I will personally make sure that he gets a hold of any materials you have, and I think I can do that. I mean, obviously, I'm friends with Kellyanne and Steve Bannon, and I know that they're aware of your case as well. The whole team is. Let me just ask one or two questions. He only took these pictures for his own personal use. In other words, he was very proud to be working on a submarine. He loved his job, right?
Yes, absolutely. He loved submarines since he was 2 years old, I swear, but really since he was 6, he would come to Connecticut and go to the sub base and take the tours. My brother or my dad would take him on tours of subs, and when he told me that's what he wanted to do, I said, no, you're not doing that, and then, of course, that's what he did. So he has, since he was a boy, he used to build models of submarines.
Wow.
When he was little, and so yes,
there's probably also a part of him that wants to serve more and continue his career, right?
Right. There's always been a part that has wanted him to be a lifelong. Part of the issue with that, unfortunately, was Chris was injured when he was underway, so he was physically injured as well as having mental health issues now related to his service, which that's my other concern is his future, is that he's not going to receive any benefits for those injuries that he incurred while deployed on the submarine. I think he would love to serve in the Navy. I think, as I said, it's his lifelong dream. I don't know if physically he would be capable of that because of his injuries.
Now, people can help. I understand you set up a GoFundMe site. It's on our website, Hannity.com, and where people can donate to help with defray some of the legal costs for you to try and get this effort done. And is there a specific location to find that except for my website? Or
Sure. We also started a Facebook page. It's American Patriots Against Double Standards. So it would be great if they could go on that page. We presently have about 16,000 followers, and we're ecstatic about that.
You know what? We'll link that, too, to my webpage, and this way people can get it right from my website.
Great.
Yeah.
I want to, maybe if Ron could just mention that he did get a chance to meet Chris last week, because I think that's really pivotal, what he felt.
I did too, and I just want to make a point of clarity is that the sub, when he took pictures of it, was 30 to 40 years old.
Right.
Russians probably had pictures of it 10 years after it was in
other
service.
people did the same thing at the time, and they just got a demotion. The exact same thing at the exact same time.
And that's the same thing, Sean. I've been in the military, I was in the military, and part of my job was to investigate some of the complaints about people using these, photographs, taking pictures and stuff like that, and they would get in trouble for it.
Yeah.
But they would get in trouble. They would get maybe a demotion if it was really serious, or we'd confiscate the pictures, or something like that. So a year in prison is absolutely unheard of.
It's unconscionable, and it's unfair, and there's a double standard, and especially, we're going to be discussing Hillary Clinton here in a minute, all that she did, and all the laws that she broke, and, people say, oh, just let it go. I'm like, no, we don't put Kathleen Saucier in jail and let Hillary go, but listen, we're still praying for you, and it's up on my website, the page to help out and defray some of the legal costs. I really appreciate Kathleen and Ron. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much for
God
having
bless.
us.
All right, God bless you, too. Hey, new reports show that gun sales are skyrocketing, and